Yeah, so the first figure out is around Carnatic music. Those of you who feel this, I'm going to ask you shady stuff, don't worry, I won't. At least I hope I won't. So, standard rules. Yeah, so the rules are that there are only 7 questions because 7 notes. And each question carries 10. Just make sure that you write it in the correct order and exchange with teams around you. So that's about it. I think we'll go to the first question of the finals of Indi-Genius 24. Shown in the image is Saraswati Bai, born to a mother brother couple in 1892, and her mother nursed a certain Venkateswamy Naidu back to health who was suffering from cholera. Eventually, Venkateswamy Naidu did patronize Saraswati Bai in a lot of sense because his own daughter was learning music from a lot of stalwarts. And Saraswati Bai has been dubbed as the Lady Bhagavatar. And Saraswati Bai holds a very specific distinction. I want to know what the distinction is. So, where were you? So just give me what distinction does Saraswati Bai. It's very specific. So like think about it twice. You know something about it, some text there, a little bit of her background is given and all that. So bring it into focus. Think about what was the art form like in her time. And there is some very specific contribution that Saraswati Bai has had to play. What distinction does she hold? Their teams objecting for any close. All is anyone objecting for close? Does anyone want? Okay, so just read more about her background. She's been dubbed the Lady Bhagavatar. What does Bhagavatar do? So time frame around that, I think 1930. 1930 was went to the I guess. Yeah. Whatever she did at that time, now it's not so deep, right? Yeah, no. Now it's quite a distinction. Nobody can take it away. Okay, we'll move to the second question. The Madras Music Academy is known major to controversy in general, and during between 30s to 40s they banned a lot of artists from performing in their annual conference. Among them was this artist X, and X was very particular about this stance of that these artists took. And a lot of other stalwarts in that field, in the field of Carnatic music, also had this particular stance, like Naidu and Sachin Krishnamurti. So in the year of 1947, X gave a concert in a certain conference that was held in Devakote to promote this cause. And the concert began with a composition held by Suzananda Bharati, a poet of nationalist poet of that time. And there was also another piece where like they presented Bharatiya's poems and all of that. So what I need to actually is who this artist is and why did the Madras Music Academy ban these artists for the period of 40 or so. So like eventually all these artists were welcomed back into the academy. In fact, X's inclusion, like what you say, the return of X to the academy was very significant for them because that eventually helped them raise funds for the building that they have today, a very fabulous building. So who X is and what was X's cause? All these artists went so strongly about it. So think about the fact that where this is happening, what time period is it happening in, so the location within the time period, and think about the fact, like look at the Deva-Kotai conference concept, how it starts and all about it. There's something very particular about that concept that will help you identify the stance. The best answer for the stance would give me a movement. I will accept explanations, however. And I need X. How do you arrive at X? Thing simple. That's all. The artist sponsors eventually helped, what do you say, build the academy to what it is. There is a structure that they had to raise funds for it. A lot of the artist sponsors were so critical in that sense. And so yeah, like, think simple, think obvious. We'll move on to question 3. Question 3. Okay, there is a certain list. The list has these 4. Pure Core, Sriyangam and Nalgudi. All of them are places. But another edition exists on this list. And that edition on that list is what we eventually think as the thing. So there's something very common with all of these, but there's a common term that you associate with all of these. But the last entry has become synonymous with that kind of stuff. So it's like saying that there are multiple coffee outlets, but you're calling coffee a Starbucks instead of calling it a coffee. Bad everything, but that's the kind of thing. And it's very I think it's a very nice fact that there are only, this list is exhaustive, so things around those lines. It's very nice that the list is exhaustive in that sense itself.
But we know the fifth one as
yeah, fifth one is known as the thing is that there are these variants, but one which I'm missing out has been termed as the whatever. So think along the lines of what these could be, and no, the fifth one is not a place. So these are the first 4 are ascribed to places. The fifth one is independent of any geographic location, but we know the fifth one as the one. So whenever someone addresses this. They generally mean the fifth one, they don't mean the other ones as well. So think along the lines, even the list itself, the entries in the list are very significant. I think I'll help you narrow it down. The fifth one does not have a geographic commonality. So the first one, something links them to Tirur, Kovur, Srirangam and Lalgudi. But the fifth one has no geographic link at all. Has no geographic link at all. There's no geographic commonality that is ascribed to that fifth variant. The first 4 have some, they're somehow tied to these places, that's why you call them by those. But the fifth one is known as the thing, whereas it doesn't have any geographic significance at all.
yeah, but it happens in a geography, right?
I mean, sure, everything happens to all the geography. So just look at the fact that there are only 5 entries on this list, and it's a very nice way it ties it together in the end. So totally the list has only 5 of these variants, and the 5th one is extremely famous and it is known as the one. It's very nice that is there are 5 of these and not 6 or not 4 or so. We're going to move on to the 4th question. Okay, so the regions of Shivagangi, Devakotai and Manamadurai are very famous, specifically because they lie on the banks of the river Vaigai. And there is something very significant to these places. A certain individual from Manamadurai, Meenakshi Keshavan, received the Sangeet Natak Academy award for her contributions to this process that is very much tied to this place. So you know them as usually, so if there is something where that you associate with Manamadurai specifically. And what is interesting to note is that it's sort of ironic that the entire process is mostly dominated by women. So think along the lines of why it would be ironic that women are involved in this process mostly. Why does the seasons along the river Vaigai matter? So little bit of geography, basic, you don't need to know Tamil Nadu geography, just think about geography, these rivers lie along the basins of Vaigai and figure something out. Meenakshi Keshavan won the Sangeet Natak Academy for her contributions to this. The entire process has been dominated by women historically, and it's very ironic considering what the end result of the process usually is. So focus on the fact that these places, especially Manamadurai, is on the banks of Vaigai. Could have been anywhere else, but being at Vaigai helps. Definitely helps.
Is there something like women dominating ironic?
It's ironic in the sense it's pretty sad that like throughout women dominate and the end result is they're not very much seen there. So like throughout the process they are involved and the end result onwards they're mostly absent. Vaigai. Okay, question 5. Are they playing a composition by Prince Ramavarma for Kamakshi Pai? Just tell me what this composition is inspired. Inspired by? No specific answer. Very specific answer, right? Okay. Moving on to question 6. So the Cleveland Tyagaraja Festival is probably the largest version of like among all music festivals in North America. It is the largest, and it is hosted in the Cleveland State University. And it was started in 1978 on April 8th, and ever since then it has been hosted around the same time. So this was done like so. All these Indian diaspora there, they felt like they needed to reconnect to this, so they started by organizing a Tyagaraja Aranne in Cleveland, and the Tyagaraja Aranne usually happens between January to Feb, but they decided to go with the ends of March and early April, around those, for scheduling this festival. Eventually it grew up to become a 12-day event and all that, but even till today they choose a particular weekend, so to speak, for scheduling this festival. Which weekend do they choose? So like think along those times, think about the fact that where they are, which country they are in, and they just wanted to make it more convenient for people to come, travel, and take part in this event. So. I think you would find variants of it outside of US. Huh? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, particularly. Yeah, I mean, it's a certain time where it's just easier for them to come than other days, right? So, they're available during that time. So.
The question is that what is the reason they schedule it to that time?
Yes. One specific, it's very easy for people in the US to come to this.
And this April 8th and all is next.
I mean, the April 8th, you just think along the pattern around the same time, and it's a weekend, so it's like March, April, it's a very specific weekend. I mean, every year, even in India, I'm sure we look forward to this somewhere in the song. But the cultural context of it is probably a little more different. There it's more easier for people to move around. Even in India, we do look for this weekend every year. So think about the fact that what makes it easier for like a weekend, and it makes it already longer. So you have a weekend, but you already have a longer weekend because of something. So. And it's properly you're getting that long weekend. It's not like a breaks in between. So something, make sure that you'll get that long weekend. Okay, go to the last question. So Naina Pillai was actually born Subramanian Pillai was a very famous artist of the early part of last century. Can't hear me.
Hello? Okay. Can you hear me better now? Okay, so Naina Pillai was a very famous composer, artist of the last century. Very man under his musical prowess, very good at composing pallavis and all of that. But he had a certain issue. He used to extend his allotted time, he used to know a lot of antics and all of that. And so the Madras Music Academy has a very specific 2-hour limit for their concerts. And this gentleman went on for around 4 hours. And the next artist was lined up was Vishnu Digambar Palaskar. Palaskar was not a Carnatic artist. He was a Hindustani artist, and he was lined up, and finally had to remove this man from the stage physically. But the reason why Palaskar is known to all of us is because of his contribution in arranging as in tuning something, the way we know it today, and it's very aptly tuned in the raga of Desh. So Desh is common for both the Carnatic and Hindustani systems. It's very apt that he tuned this in Desh. He could have tuned it in a number of ragas, but he chose Desh, and it's a very good choice, so to speak. So, what did Palaskar do? No, this is like how you have Hindustani composition in a Carnatic concert. No relation to this one. I guess that's right, like a lot of these Hindustani compositions came into concert and nobody knows why they are there. What did he tune in this? So now roll back. 7, what did he tune in this? 6, why did they schedule it around that time? Very specific answer. 5, what is Kamakshi Payamam inspired by? 4, why are these regions very significant? Note that they are along Vaigai River, makes it very logistically, it makes a lot of sense for it. 3, there are only these variants.
but I want what they are generically known as. The last one, the common parlance, you call them as the list itself. So like whatever type.
know the location as well, right?
It is not, I mean, you might associate it with like because of the way it is today, you might associate these with the location, but they're not associated with the location. Today you will, it's very common for people to associate it with a certain location. Don't focus on the location, focus on the fact, it's a list of five. Second question, which artist? What was the artist trying to promote? Lot of artists did it. The whole guy at Madras Music Academy was very mixed by it. They did not want it to happen because they felt it was no value and it was something that you tied to a political development in that time in that region.
What clue do you give to the artist?
I think obvious.
There are 2, 3 obvious answers. What was the diameter of
Given the fact that I'm doing this for an agnostic, unaware or Carnatic audience, for factor that its image is not helpful at all. So yeah, what is Saraswati Bai's contribution? Very specific thing. So you need to factor in a certain social aspect as well. So she was born in a Brahmin family. She was doing like she earned the title of Lady Bhagavatar, whatever that means. Fourth question. Yeah, so what is unique? What is something that comes from this region? It's also not the fact that like women are involved, but in the end result you don't generally see women as a part of like that. It's not there at all. They're like absent almost. They're absent, almost like completely absent. Not completely. There are people who manage to exempt themselves from that list, but it's generally not. They're for a very long time they were absent. So it's an art form. I wouldn't say it's an art form, but I don't know. You can give me either the end result or what they're doing. So, does anyone need to go to any question last? Okay, so I think you can exchange your sheets. So figure something out. Team U3 exchange. Okay, no, U4 go. So U2 and U2. Team 2 and Team 4. Team 3 and Team 9. And here you can go 3 way. Has everyone got in the sheet? So, yeah, we go to the answers. Okay, so what is Saraswati Bai's contribution? Okay, so I'll accept two links. First, Lady Harikatha artist is accepted. First, Lady is the first non-Devadasi woman to perform on stage. So until then, people of the Devadasi background were performing. She was the first one to break that stigma. And today, all women artists owe their musical journey somewhere or the other to Saraswati Bai. And so yeah, both.
It's written as first woman to perform outside India.
No. I don't think she got a Sangeeta Academy. The Madras Music Academy did not believe in giving women Sangeeta Academy. Those Brahmin women in the prominent section. I don't think. I mean, maybe she did, I don't know. You are performing in public. I told you what it's like okay, what is the second question? MS is guy what? Tamil music, Tamil say anything. So basically all these artists, the Tamil say movement wanted Tamil songs is the thing. Otherwise the standard concert format is very centered around Telugu and Sanskrit. So Devakote conference was a Tamil side something where they had a complete concert in Tamil. Yeah, next one.
Can you give me the edit access? Can you give me the edit access? No, we have already downloaded. Okay, thanks.
No one got it. Anyone in the audience?
This one is collateral.
I don't.
Actually, what is closest because this is all Pancharatnam. So the last one is the Pancharatnam. So you go over Srinagar, they're all having Pancharatnam. So the last one is called a Kanaraga Pancharatnam because of the nature of the five ragas that composed it. But you know Pancharatnam very popularly because of the Tyagaraja that happens in Kerala. So what is this? Gatams, anything related to Gatams is Yeah, so Ode to Joy and Ninth Symphony both are accepted. What weekend? Yeah, so Easter, Good Friday weekend gets your point. What did he come for? One day Mataram. So yeah, start
I could just make one change. I have to make a change.
Yeah, people have closed down. T1, T1 50, T2, 25, T3, 5, 25, 6, 3,
I stream it now.
15, 7, 45, 8, 50, 9, team 1 was 50, team 2 was 25, team 3 was 0, team 4 was 25, team 5 was 20, team 6 was 15, team 7 was 45, team 8 was 50, team 9 was 20. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you. I have to keep track of counts, so I start here. I have to keep track of counts, so I'll have to keep going randomly. I have to go here everywhere. I go dance.
I hope all the Okay, I assume the college students know what the pounds and bounds rules are, but yeah, does the school team know? No. Okay, so
In the drive round, what we do is we have something called counts and bonds. So the first question of the round will be a direct to team 1. And once I read out the question, I explain the question. I'll give you a 30-second window. Where any other team other than the team getting the direct, you have a chance to pounce in the question and answer it on the sheet and show it to the person who is checking the pounds. Okay, it will be a 30-second small window where you will have to do it. The change is for the team which is getting the direct, it will be a plus 10 on the right answer and 0 for wrong. But if you are bouncing, you get a plus 10 to get it right, but it's minus 5 to get it wrong. Okay? So suppose team 1 on the direct doesn't get the answer right, it will go to the next team which has not found. Okay? So, and if they get it right, we go to the question there. And they get plus 10, or if they get it wrong, it's 0. So it goes like that. So the next direct question will be to the team which is after the team which has got the question right on the direct. Okay? Cool? Any doubts? Cool. Okay, so I think we can okay. In the present day, meeting a person who is an ex by profession would sound rather absurd and presumably outdated. However, these exes were once in close demand during the Mughal period, and they used to work really closely with the royals, and they basically, like were on a first name basis with the royals. So, but even though the trend still exists today, it's found to be very absurd by people who are not very aware of that or who are not part of that part of the country. And these exes, they basically use traditional steam tools, and they use the steam tools for their businesses, and that is how that is part of the reason why it's very absurd. So, and if you see from a modern context, it's a whaling business because it's very absurd. So, and you would probably have seen it, seen people not from India going through this and sharing their experience about it, but for people from that place, it is not so. So, what is this seemingly absurd, what is the occupation which they carried out? So, pounds is open, any team is pouncing. Team 2 pounds, 7 is pounds, team 2 and 7. Yes, it's done by everyone in the sense that teams are pounds. So team 2 and 7 are pounds. If any other team is not pouncing, I think we will close the pounds. 5, 4, okay, team 6 are pounds. 2, 6 and 7. The close pounds. Team 1. That's plus 10. So, what is plus 10 to team 2? Plus 10 to 7 and minus 5 to 6. So, team 1 through 7 get plus 10, team 6 get a minus 5. Lala Raja Mohan began an endeavor in Delhi during the late 1890s. Within 2 decades of whatever endeavor he started, he was producing 55 kinds of his products with names like canteen, cabin, integrated, coronation, some of them. These products have won numerous awards, and along with another business called Wilson Hotel from Calcutta, his company became the main supplier of a military grade version of this very product, which the British used during the World War II. So aside from supplying the troops, a major businessman also popularized eggs among caste conscious. Basically to appease them, what he did was he let only the upper caste Brahmin Windows produced this X, and then they did not let any other Windows touch the packaging and any of those sorts. So this is just basically became a very close thing among the Hindu caste, and basically a sort of appeasement. And then the company advertisement published in 1898 telling that during the whole course of manufacturing and packaging the X, they only touched the high caste Hindus. They were prepared accordingly, but no water use. I think focus on that. What was this product which Nara Rajamohan popularized? So obviously this was during military grade versions for scientific troops during World War I. So this product specifically prepared for around 40 pounds, Team 7 is pounds, any other? No, okay. Team 7 is still around 50 pounds, and I'll be closing down in 10 more seconds. Okay, Team 5 is pounds, closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Team 2 direct. Team 3, 4, 5 pounds 6, moving forward. 8, 9, so team 1. Unfortunately, that's not the answer. So, -5 to 5 plus -5 to 6. So, these are basically biscuits. So, very glaring clue there was they used only one time. So no one got it, so team 3 gets the direct. Team 5 and 7 get it. X-Ganj is a town in Bihar famous for fertilizers and masala production. Quite true to its name, it is one of the more all-round developed towns in Bihar, with obviously having good infrastructure, economic growth, education, schools, hospitals, etc. And although it has no link to the word X, it was named after someone else called X. Okay, the X is a surname of a person basically, but then you would know that name as something very, very different. Local dialect makes people of the area pronounce it as in a rather hasty manner due to which they do not really know anything about the person who's being talked about. I want the term X. So one thing I would like to state here is that focus on the thing that it's a town which has good infrastructure, economic growth, education, administration and stuff. So think of a surname which is very, very popular, for highlighting these aspects. So whatever good infrastructure, economic growth. Bounce is open. So both are proper nouns itself, but the place was named after a person. But you would usually associate this name with something else, but it's not a person. I do not want to, it's an entity. That entity is not associated with the person. It's not associated with the person. No.
Like, just to clarify, so X is a person.
Yeah.
X also happens to be something else.
Yeah.
Which means economic growth, education.
It does not mean, but it highlights all this.
Okay.
I would say the major aspect is economic growth. The rest is highlighted, but it's majorly economic. So think the pounds has been open for a while. I'll be closing it in 10 seconds. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it mission lunch?
No. Mission 4. Okay, 5. 7. 8. 9. No. 1. No. No. Okay, unfortunately no balls. So this is 4 piece done. So yeah, basically the basic dialect is all called as 4 piece guns. Because of this, they do not really know that it's named after a person called Alexander before this. So yeah, so this is 4 piece gun. Yeah. So direct to team 4. Durga Gavar is a festival where women dress up in fancy costumes as various Hindu gods and Hindu goddesses, police, saints, and basically whatever Hindu character you can think of. And they carry a stick in their hand. They patrol the narrow streets of Jodhpur city the whole night, protecting the statue of Durga Gavar. The girls and women observing fast of Durga Gavar, known as Indi-Genius, carrying sticks in their hands virtually, and the man virtually doing the road on this entire night where they carry out this procession. For this very reason, in Hindi, this festival is also known as Beast Market. And also one interesting fact is that the men eagerly line up in the streets awaiting a very unusual sort of fantasy. What is this fantasy? What is it? Go on. No, I want the unusual fantasy which the men want out of this procession. Just imagine they expect, people line up on the street expecting this thing to happen. So, it happens, it definitely happens. Calls by team 5, team 6, team 1, team 2. Team 1, 2 and 6 are pounds, so I'll be closing out in 10 seconds. Okay, 4 pounds, so 4. Two seconds, right? Okay, 4. Elaborate a bit.
Some boards are beating up on the singers.
Sorry. No. 6 pounds, 7. Okay, 8.
Spanking the head.
So 1, 2 pounds. So nobody got like none of the I don't think we got anything on the bounds. So basically the fantasy is that they want to get beaten with a stick, but then they believe that this is a sort of good luck charm for them to get married later on. So yeah, like they believe that like if they get beaten by a stick, the chances of them getting married or hitching up with a girl is like increases tenfold. Yeah. So, was very evident that they have 6. So yeah, I think team 6 got it right, and next 2.95, 7 got Oh yeah, I will not bring those lights for that. I will not bring lights for that. Because that's not the computer. I don't give a light. No minus. Yeah. That's still only 2 team 6. Yeah, look. No, this is 6. Yeah. Nobody got my do that. And embroidery work made by the, okay, this is direct to white. Embroidery work made by the women of the Dondia tribe in the Indi-Genius hills of Odisha. The Kathak analysis is basically the embroidery work we talked about here is an important cultural object of the Dondia tribe. So, Kabbalangas are they're typically embroidered in patterns, stitches, and diagonal shapes and stuff. And these form horizontal rows of geometrical and color-coded patterns. Over the years, changing lifestyle patterns of young tribal girls of this hilly area have reduced the use of this traditional cloth. What are these cloth typically used as? That is one part of the question. And why do only the young women of the tribe specifically make them? So there are 2 parts to this question. I will leave both on the pounds. So, yeah. Pounds total. You need to tell me what the cloth is typically used as by the tribe. And then why do only the women do it? Well, they make it, but then it's used by different people in the tribe. Pounds total, team 7 pounds. That's where pounds is close only 1 team. Okay, pounds. Yeah. No, it's not used by young women, it's only made by the young women. Other people in the tribe use it. No, not all. Not all. No, not actually. I think first one is very easy from the description of the embroidery work. But then the second is, I think, yeah, I think I can't do more than because I've taken pounds, so, yeah. I'll be closing pounds now, it's a direct protein. The fact that it's made by young. Well, not the material, like what is formed. So if you have a cotton cloth, you probably use it as a t-shirt, right? So yeah. So yeah, I will have to take your slide. They say that the users study and they're given to, yeah, to bargain for money. Okay. Sanitary pads and language and they make it
sanitary pads and make some Friday but whatever I have stuff to do like
Okay, so I think we're taking on everyone. So basically these were shawls. These were shawls and they were given to only the men of the tribe as a sign of acceptance of proposal. So, yeah, the marriage, who got the marriage part will get half, right? They get the half, but yeah, no one else. And then next to 7. 5. Only 5 get 5 points and 7 gets minus 5. X originated due to the problem of providing beer for the British Empire in India, as the climate in India was not suitable for beer brewing, thus prompting the need for a beer that could survive the brewing 6-month journey from Britain. So, in the 1780s, a London brewer named Hobson sent a shipment of a strong, heavily hot beer called October Ale that would normally be aged like wine before drinking. The beer not only survived the journey but was also found to have improved immeasurably. The initial recipe gradually became more lighter and subtle and more refreshing to suit the Indian climate. So I would need, the thing I'm looking here for is X. So points is by 1. Yeah. So points by 1 and 8. So 9 pounds. 1, 8 and 9. Just read through the questions again and again. Closing points in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that's plus 10. Plus 10 to all the teams who paused and 6. Yeah, 1, 8, 9, 9 and 6. X, commonly referred to as Godawan in Hindi, has been marked critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. Once commonly found in the scrublands of the dry desert state of Rajasthan in Western India, X has been hunted for food and stored for developed near extinction. Thus, Godawan whiskey was created in early 2023 as part of conservation efforts for this X. This whiskey is produced in the town of Alwar in Rajasthan using methods that require minimal water in the north of the arid region where X is produced. Recently, Godawan whiskey was ranked as the best product of its time, scoring 96 points at the 2024 London Spirit competition. That's just a fact, but yeah. What I want is, I want X. So the fact that this has been critically endangered should give you some. Bounce is open. So fact that it's critically endangered, the X is critically endangered and it's part of the IUCN list. Gives you some idea. Bounce by 1, 4, 1 and 4 points. Any other points? Okay, 9. So the fact that it's being produced in this dry arid region is of the color. Yeah. Okay, two response, 1, 2 and 4 have found. Yeah, I think I'm closing count on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so 7. No. That's Team 2 get next. Team 1, 4, 8 get just. Scores are clear? Yeah. More than just being known for revolutionizing Jindal steel, Navin Jindal is widely remembered for one other thing as well. This occurred when one of the factory workers tried criminalizing him on a certain code when he expressed patriotic sentiments towards the country. In turn, Jindal filed a petition before the High Court arguing that no law would forbid Indian citizens from being prevented in expression of such sentiments except on particular occasions of the year. Leading to Indian Constitution finally amending itself on the basis of right to freedom of expression, hence permitting Jindal regarding such things in the future. What did Jindal manage to successfully do? So yeah, basically the thing is that one of the workers in the factory were penalizing him on certain nationalistic or sentiments which he wanted to portray. So what is this? Basically this story led to a change being brought about in our constitution. So pawns is open, pawns by 4, 7. Okay, 2. Okay, 2, 4, 7 and 1. 1, 2, 4, 7. There are 2. 9. Okay, I am closing pawns. The timeline does not really help. It's in the 90s, but it does not really help. Yeah, so pawns is closed. It's a direct to 9.
Canvassing for political parties, and the days that are not allowed to do it is the days before the elections.
1 pound, 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 5. Basically, campaigning for political parties.
अपना क्या
That's plus time. Yeah. So, yeah, right to natural function paper. Yeah. Team 1, 2, 4, 7. I guess that's it, right? 1, 2, 4, 7. Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 5 and 5. So next is we got an audio question. So the following composition called Sharpolachi meets Pena was performed by a part of XY Summit, where X is the Indian state where it was conducted. Relations between the state of X and the nation Y go back to the time of 1940s, and it has been depicted in various mediums coming out of the state, and there have been several foundations for state relations. Sharpolachi is a folk instrument from Iowa, and the Pena is an instrument like Ravanaka mainly used in the X's traditional music. Both the instruments were used to cover an ancient Kannada of the region. Identify X, which is the Indian state, and Y, which is the other nation which is talked about here. So there's audio for this. From the state. It's an Indian state, so X is an Indian state, Y is another state. So no more, I think the order is pretty clear. Palms is open. 2 palms. It's 6 dice. The 5 answers please. No, 5 answers please. And 14 pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7. Bihar and Nepal. 8. 9. Nepal, Japan. 1. Okay, so I will do 5 points to team 8 for that is Japan, right? Next to team 2. So this is Manipur and Japan. So yeah. We have a score set. Who's feeling kind of cold? Yeah, so they have a score.
Team 1 is on 90, Team 2 is on 35, Team 3 is on 0, Team 4 is on 45, Team 5 is on 30, Team 6 is on 30, Team 7 is on 55, Team 8 is on 75, and Team 9 is on 30.
So the next round is going to be a written round. The next round is going to be a written round. All of this will be basically paintings from India and an exhibition that happened twice and from the year 2016. So, yeah. So, ID, what is this? Yeah, so the sorry. Okay, so all this is basically linked to someone. Okay, so all this is basically linked to a person. I just want who the person is. Everything in this image. Guys are welcome to come and take a look. I feel the length. There's certain things that you guys have to come to over.
One person is enough. Okay, go.
Okay guys, I think we need to bring on to the next question. So I request Okay, we'll move to the next question. So again, so again, this is also depicting something that was very popular and happened in India. So for all of it, you guys will have to come close. In this, I want the context. What exactly is happening in this image?
Focus me.
What exactly is happening? This is, I mean, okay, so basically you can answer it in two ways and both are related, but both have one common proper noun. Yes. Guys, we are running behind schedule, so we have to push fast. I would just say, that's proper now. A person and a few words after it. What is happening there? This is pretty guiding. Just give me the context again.
क्लास गया था क्या
all the way.
पढ़ाया
It's pretty direct, so think simple. This context, what exactly is depicting? So every art depicts some event. Guys, think simple. Okay, I'll be pushing to the pushing to the next image. So this also depicts certain event that happened in the world. To figure this out, basically look at the way the scroll is there. And there's a reason I have put a block over there. Yeah. But to figure out the answer, look at the game of strokes have been made. And again, guys, these are very well known events.
I'll handle slides.
Context. It's just a very it's an event basically.
You can't see like that.
I think I'll go somewhere. Okay, we'll push to the next minute. So yeah, basically for this, it's something you guys associate with the state in India. Yeah. So tell me what exactly was differently. So this happened in the late 1980s. So
That's not me.
yeah, that's all. Not the color. The object itself is okay. When I put this object in front of you, there's a particular state to think of, and there are majorly two particular events related to the state. I want the one that happened in late 1980s. Yeah. No, I am not doing any of the person. It's not the event, it's the proper noun, it's a person. No, I mean for the first question. Person. What is that? This both. So when I give this image, it is associated with particular state, and then you can say there's something associated with it that happened in late 1980s basically.
Keep it up.
Yeah, I want that. So yeah, there are two popular events later in state. No, the object is what I'm trying to do. So it was not in the pattern, all the area maps. And yeah, so yeah, just 5 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, late 1980s. Yeah.
बाहर
I think we'll do a quick yeah, so yeah, they're only 5. So yeah, so yeah, look at the image closely. This is an event that happened. Look at the image closely, you see something very prominent in the image. Yeah, there's another thing. So look closely at the image, right? For the second thing, probably the bottom part of the image.
समझता when will the next quiz start?
To start max by 3.
We'll have lunch and come.
You don't want to stream this. You don't want to stream this.
After this,
But I'll be here before 3. Tomorrow no need of stream for anything.
tomorrow I'm not coming.
Anything no need stream tomorrow. It's major and I can't stream there because so.
वर्क करना पड़ेगा. बहुत ज़्यादा अटेंडेंस है. कितने लोग हैं? कोई नहीं जाएगा भाई आज.
So this again, I wanted to do the event. It has a proper noun.
ये तो आइडिया होता है.
Something. Okay, if you describe what exactly is happening, it's fine. But yeah, it is generally referred to as.
Hey, just move on, bro. I'm hungry.
Again, look at the image closely, guys.
It is here.
Then, after that, I'm related to a proper line. Yeah, what happened? Either give the name of the event or let it go to one step. Yeah. Focus on guys, don't want to only at the things, but India map has changed, so okay, look at the house again. Yes, yes. Yeah. So I want to work with no, I mean that is okay, that is very sad. If you plan it, very well expensive. A person, yes. No, I don't think I am not saying it. Look at the image again, guys. There are certain things in the background as well. No, you will associate one person with everything that is happening on the internet. Okay. Yeah, we got the fifth slide once and yeah. Yeah, okay. So exchange sheets, guys. Exchange sheets. Okay guys, I hope all of you have exchanged the sheets. Guys, good fast. Back to leave. Back to leave. Oh, just leave it. Okay, guys, all of you, guys, exchange it. Okay, we'll put to the next. So this is gas strategy. And this is mainly coordination of the Goa state. Yes. No.
Raise 2 again.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next part was Goa state.
Like this,
Thank you guys. Team 2 your score. Guys, high score. Team 2. Team 3. Team 3, right? Oh, team
4 and P7, 15, Yeah, 15. Team 8, 30, team 9, 14.
George.
40.
Handle this thing.
We do the source later. We don't have
Yes.
time. Okay,
One
what do you do? So the first choice, we start from team 8, anti-clockwise, team 8, team 9, sorry. Yeah, so sure.
You want to
So, since early 2010, the sale of condoms has skyrocketed in the city of Varanasi, and most of them are acquired by certain communities, not necessarily for the conventional use. Estimates suggest that this community alone uses about 6 lakh condoms daily. Most of them will be acquired from government health centers for free or very negligible charges. And this has solved a very grave issue faced by this community and has improved their productivity and sort of like helped them in their income.
keep an eye on this also.
So,
there and
identify this community or like what will be using this for. So,
choose the star mark.
think of the fact that what? Yeah, Varanasi is the most helpful thing in the question. Think of a community in Varanasi that would consume so many condoms per day. For non-conventional users, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the reason might not be obvious. I don't think